Hello, my name is Charles Betterton. I'm the co-founder of the nonprofit University for Successful Living. Did you know that the experts say that most of us only utilize as much as 10% of our inherent potential? Did you know that most of the development training programs only target their successful living skills training to the top 10% of the marketplace? Why would they do that? Well, because those individuals in the professions understand the value of professional development, personal growth and development, time management, communication skills, and they have the money and the willingness to pay. Well, our focus through the nonprofit university is to help expand the circle success, education, and empowerment to make world-class resources for successful living skills available to anyone, anywhere, especially to youth, to underserved populations, because we believe, like the campaign for expanding the circle of success, that the way we increase our individual and collective capacity to solve social, economic, and environmental challenges is to generate the greatest possible realization of our individual inherent capacity. That is what our Expanding the Circle of Success campaign is about. It's based on about 50 years of proof of concept of taking some of the world's best resource providers like Les Brown and Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy and Mark Victor Hansen of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series and bringing them into communities as small as 25,000 individuals to produce major development training events to meet the needs of the community, especially the nonprofit organizations, the community organizations, the churches, the chambers of commerce, to try to help produce and generate a greater capacity. One of the best examples of expanding the circle of success occurred a few years ago when I wrote a drug elimination grant for $250,000 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. We brought in Leslie Calvin Brown, who repurposed his $100 Choosing Your Future program. It's a 100-page product down to about 12 pages for children as young as 7 years old in the Muncie, Indiana Public Housing Authority. That campaign won state and national recognition from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and the National Association of Housing and Redevelopment Officials. That's expanding the circle of success. We do the same thing with our major events. We've created an alternative model for community empowerment in the Speakers Bureau so that we're able to bring in these world-class resource providers to, again, a community with only 25,000 residents, have them start a process of conversation, identifying what their shared needs are, what their shared priorities might be, looking at the individuals with expertise that we could bring into the community, have them select the primary topics of interest that would be most beneficial to them or their community or their company, and then we produce multiple events in the same day. We always showcase local talent at those events. We'll use a Jim Rohn or a Brian Tracy or a Mark Victor Hansen to fill the largest seat in the largest facility in the county, but showcase the talent with local speakers and trainers and educators, especially in the youth and underserved populations. So our campaign is to expand the circle of success. It is to take some of this content that we've been developing for solving life's ultimate success puzzles, whether that's success in career, whether it's loving supportive relationships, whether it's enjoying optimal health and well-being, whether it's financial freedom and prosperity, and repurpose that content to reach the broadest possible audience that could benefit from learning how to apply these tested and proven successful living skills in every area of their life. So we're operating as a nonprofit organization called the University for Successful Living. We're not presently a university, but guess what our ultimate vision is? It's a fully accredited international University for Successful Living with thousands of local colleges or centers for successful living all over the world, where individuals could come in and go through coaching training or consulting or receive whatever help they need to realize more of their potential, to awaken and fulfill more of their ultimate destiny. Now this is just a short overview. Believe me, this has been 50 years in the making, and if you want to learn a little bit more about the history, and sometimes it's historical, that led to this foundation that's the University for Successful Living, please look for the link to our other video. It's just over 19 minutes, and it's very interesting, and I loved it, and it tells some pretty exciting history about how and why we need to help expand the circle of success. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of need indicates that many of us are on those baser levels of the pyramid. Well, if we're only utilizing 10% of our potential, and if our educational systems aren't really teaching us the successful living skills, then perhaps that is why we have so many challenges worldwide. So, if you resonate at all with any of this, please take time to review our campaign literature, visit the website universityforsuccessfulliving.org, and look at that 19-minute video. Thank you very much for your time and interest and attention. If we may be of any service to you, if you're an author, a publisher, producer, coach, facilitator who has any service or resource that could be helpful in helping individuals, organizations, and communities awaken to their full potential, realize more of that capacity, and fulfill their ultimate destiny, you know where to find us. Thanks for listening.